just been watching Kari's new channel she's got. I shall link it below if I remember to. But if you go over there and ask her, in case I forget, I should remember, because I'll be watching this back to edit anyway, so I'll remember to put the link, or should I say, remember to put the bloody link in to myself, right? Yeah, her new channel is about like watercolouring and art, and she does some fabulous paintings. I can't draw. It upsets me that I can't. I was very good at art at school. I came out of school and did pottery. I was going to pottery classes, and then I left pottery classes, went and started work, and then there was a pottery studio nearby and like an art shop, and I went to work in the art shop for a little while, and they wanted me to go in and because I made a pot in there, and they wanted me to come in and start making stuff for them, but I was so wrapped up in work that I didn't go on with that project, and I wish I had of. I'm good at pottery, I know that. But I wish I'd left school being able to draw. I cannot draw. I suffer in my hands anyway, but I can't draw at all, and I love it when people draw and they can do nice things, because I think I wish I could do that. I've got the vision to do it, but I can't get it onto paper. The same with faces as well. I like three-dimensional things, and everything I do is flat. If I draw a straight line, it's never perfect. If I do a circle, it's never perfect. Nothing's ever perfect. But I do love art. I do love drawings, and I do love paintings and that. Now, today I want to come on and share some watercolour paints and some of what I've got. I have got some vintage ones. I've got some vintage watercolour tablets, and I've got a vintage watercolour set, but they're in the cupboard at the moment. I'm not dragging all the boxes out in there just to grab them to. But I've got a couple of things here which I want to show you, which are my favourites. So I'm going to show you some of my favourite supplies. So all I've got is some paintbrushes next to me, a small jar of water, a little book with some watercolour paper in. So it was it early last year? No, it was not last year, the year before. I was on AliExpress, and everyone wanted these watercolour paints with the galaxy type of ones. So I found these on AliExpress. These are the Tokyo Finds Galaxies, Pearlized Accents, or whatever. There's 12 in the set. I have been using these, and they come like that. The water brush actually comes with it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some water on them with a pipette. See, I do use watercolour paints, but not as often as I use acrylic paint. And I mean I've got oil paints as well. I mean, but I don't use oil paints. It's not something that I go to use. But I just want to wet these down for a minute, just so I can show you the colours of them. So we'll leave them for 5 minutes or so. Now another one of my go-to paint sets I like are these. The Art by Marlene. They're quite old now, the Studio Lights. Watercolor paint Whimsy and Bright set I've got. They've got another set out. But I love this little palette. And the colours are wonderfully bright in there. I mean, I have been using it a lot. But I'll show you what these colours are like. I won't bother wetting them down. You don't need to with these ones. We'll just take a page in this book and I'll show you. So, shall I take a bit of the blue? Okay. Let's get a bit more water in there. Give it a little smush around. Right. See how lovely that is. And we'll do another colour. I'll do like the pink. Right, just quickly going around. And get really, I'm hitting the pan on that one. But they're really nice colours. Really nice. And the red. They're very pigmented, you know. They're nice, really nice. So yeah, I like that one to go to, and I find that there's a lot of colour in there that you can mix for a little tiny palette. So you could take this if you was going on holiday or that, and you've got most of the colours you need. The only downfall with it is, oh, there's the little colour swatch I done. The only problem is it hasn't got a white in there or black. So your basic two colours it hasn't got. But they are good colours. You could always get a white and a black and just a small one and just add that to your set with a paintbrush and you're good to go. Right, so that's that one done. One of my favourite ones is this one, and I really want to get the rainbow ones in this, really do. I'll show you what they're like. They're quite expensive for what they are though, but the gold is gorgeous, and these are great for just topping up your finished project really. If you want a spot of gold here or there, or a bit of silver. So you've got different shades. I think Kerry's already got these. But for you that haven't, let me just go into this gold here. And try and get a little bit. Should have wet them down really to start with. But if I just grab a bit on the brush. And then go in. There we go. There's a little bit on there. But how sparkly they are. You'll see it more when it dries a bit. And you can build up the colour. I mean, I went in very watery then. But yeah, they do dry off nice. So that's that one done. As I said, they're quite expensive than paints, but I do love them. Now this is a watercolour palette. Well, it's a palette that I bought. Can't remember, it's quite a big palette inside, and then I put my own colours in there. So that's what I usually use, this one here, if I need to do watercolouring. I like to watercolour in colouring books and that. So, you know, I find that relaxing. because I can't draw anything. So, you know, I have drawn a few things before, but they're colouring books, they're already pre-drawn, aren't they? So you just colour. So yeah, that's my set of watercolours that I've put in myself. I've got these back now. Now I can show you. They've thickened a bit. It's got what paintbrushes have we got here? I'm going. Well, I can use the same one. It doesn't matter, does it? Right. Okay. Oh. Right. So let's do the purple. Should have started really with the other colours. Right. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. So there's the purple. It's very shimmery. It's got an iridescence in it. It's very nice. I'll just show you some of the colours. Let's make sure that colour's out of that. I'm going with this yellow. See that? Which is like a yellow gold. There's one that's next to it, which is more of a gold. These are really, really nice paints. Let me see, there's a bronze type colour there. And let me show you the rest. Hang on, the blue. Let's do it on this side. Sorry about that, guys. And the green. There's a darker green as well. See them colours, really nice. Can you see all the iridescence? I think you can. All sparkling while it's dripping down. It's more like a black green, that one. But they're really, really pretty, and there's the other ones dripping into the others. You can see it now, it's more dry. See all that iridescence in it? They are gorgeous paints. Really gorgeous paints. Right, so you've seen those. I should leave that open for a minute. I want to leave that open so they dry back out. Kari, this is the book I was telling you about. I've had this for years. And this is called 20 Days the Woodland Watercolour Book for Adults. And it's worth $24.99 US, but I think it's available on Amazon. I will check the price and try and link it below, because I remember buying it off of Amazon years ago. I know it comes with a bookmark. There it is. It comes with a free bookmark as well, so you can colour that in. And this bit opens up here, and it's got a colour wheel and a little bit about how to use your colours, and it's a little tutorial there. So you get that, the forward part, and a letter from the artist, and then this bit opens up this way as well. And let me take you right up so you can see this whole thing, because it's a massive book. And paint palette there, suggestive materials, and then there's the book. So when you open the book, there's more stuff, which is a publishing thing here. If you're ready to write a book, maybe in the future. Right, and then it's got about all your berries, leaves, your succulents, greens, springtime, botanicals, etc. And then it goes on about all your leaves and your ivies and your thistles, blueberries, evergreens. And then you get to your prints. I don't know if I can take this up any further than, yeah, that's better, and then you'll be able to see all of it in. Right, so then there's pages of it. There's some scripts in there, like words. There's roses and that in there. Now this page here is on here. Let me, I think that's the same page, isn't it? No, it is not. Which page is that? Oh, I don't think we've come to that yet. So when I see it, I'll show you it. So there's lots of different pages in there. Lots of different flowers, plants, leaves, foliage. There's a hummingbird there. So yeah, there's lots of pretty, there's like a heron there. Strawberries. And all different like fruits and flowers and vines and that. Is that the page I'm looking for? No. They look like magnolias or something. That's what I'm looking for. There's dragonflies in that one and birds. Raspberries or what am I thinking of? Raspberries or blackcurrants in this one. Dragonflies. Mushrooms. Owls. Loads of birds. Butterflies. Sorry about the squeaking. It's a book that's actually squeaking. Acorns and trees. There's a frog there. And water lilies. There's some, is that deer? Yeah, it's deer. I thought, because I see one laying down, I thought it was a lamb. There's ladybirds. Yeah, it's the same thistles. That's a nice page with the berries. Yeah, lots of ferns. And that's it. But look, I couldn't find this page because I'm only showing you this book quickly. But look, let me bring this down a minute. And you'll see it. There. There. That's one of the pages of the books. But that's where she's colouring it in to show you what you can do. It's a really nice book actually, with the free bookmark you get in it and stuff. It's bigger than an A4 sheet of paper. So yeah, I'll have to do something in there and get round to it. Here we go, look, this is dry here. Now, semi-dry. See it now? No. See, there's like a purple in with this pink. Don't know if I can get it there. Now you can see it, I think. Yeah. There's like a purple iridescent in there. And these ones. Lovely. And these. Right, I've also got these colour glows. Now, I was lucky enough when I was working on the design team for LG Crafts to be able to get some of these, a few of them, and then I liked them so much I went and bought the whole range. Some of them were selling out quicker than others. I had to wait for one of the greens and a few others to come in stock because they kept selling out. But what I did notice with these paints, let me get one out, or two out. What I did notice with these is that they are powder. You get lots of them, and there's a lot of ways to use them. So I want to go through the ways of using these powders today and show you what I do like about these, because if you're new to crafting or you don't know what paints to pick up, I would recommend buying these, to be honest. As I said, a lot of them I've bought out my own money, and I am so glad I did because I like them. They are harder to store because they're not in a palette, but the amount you get in each tub, let me show you for an example with this turquoise, if I can open it. You get all that amount in there. So let me show you how to use these, right? So these are metallic watercolors, right? It says it on there. Metallic watercolor paint powder. So what you do, let me take a piece of this paper out of here. You can use it like this. Just pick up gently a little bit of the powder and just place it on there, or you could just put it on there, okay? And then you can just spritz it and then have it go wherever you want it to go, right? You can use it like that, or you can mix it in. So you can grab some more, just mix it in, and it produces quite a lot. It's alright, I'm just trying to find the water, where the water's gone. Okay, so you can use it as like watercolour, like that. Pull it into colours. Leave it to dry for a minute. Or there's another method as well. Well, there's a couple methods actually, a couple more. So you can spritz, you can use it as a normal watercolour, or you can buy this stuff, which is by 13 Arts as well. And this is an acrylic liquid medium. This is transparent. Now, if you add, let me bring this sheet over here. I think what I'll do is I'll use a bigger brush, shall I? Yeah. So if I just get a little bit of that onto there, like that. I didn't need this much, but I'm just showing you what it's like. Give this a good shake. Just, and then pour some of this on. And then just go around with that. What that does, when mixed in properly, I just want to make sure it's the right consistency, because you don't want no lumps in it neither. I'm just going to put a touch more of that in. So just a few drops, okay, with this liquid. what this does is it makes watercolour powder acrylic, believe it or not. So I'm going to show you. I'm just going to make sure it's nicely mixed in. So now that powder, that watercolour paint, it's now acrylic paint. And I'm hoping, yeah, I've got this in shot. Right, so I'm going to spread this on here. You can see the colour change of it as well. It does, it goes deeper with this liquid as well. When you use the liquid, you can see the colour change. I'm just going to try and put it on quite thick and then let it just to dry a bit. Right, so we'll leave that to dry for a minute, and I don't know what to do with this bit. Okay, and it does wash off easy as well. There we go, done. So yeah, this stuff makes that stuff go into acrylic paint. So it's versatile. It's got two uses, either watercolour or acrylic. It just means, the acrylic means it's just more glossier with that liquid. And there is another way you can use this paint as well, with this stuff, which is the 13 Arts texture powder. Now, I think this is also called magic powder, because I seem to remember that this changed names, and I'm not sure if this is the new name or the magic powder is the new name. But what this does is you can use this in with that paint, or you can use this in with texture paste, and it provides a crackle effect. So, but I've never used it with the paint yet, really, and I've used it with the texture paste, but I didn't really get on with the effect. But I do like this medium in here. This is nearly dry now. Let me just give it a zap a minute. Let me put that lid on, because I'm going to get the powder. The only thing I do not like, and I always find something I don't like, is that this powder is very static in these jars, and it gets trapped round the lid. I had to actually cut a lid off because it gets stuck. Really should be wiping the lid around before I shut it again, because the powder gets jammed around the lid. That's the only problem with that. Right, I've just wiped round the lid. That's better now. I can shut it. Well, I did have one that I had to cut into, and I lost the top of the lid doing that. And I had to transfer it into a different jar. Right, hang on. Let's grab me heat tool, and I'll just heat set that a minute. Okay, let's see how dry that is now. Yep, that's dry, and that's near enough dry. Right, so without the shadow, which I'm getting all over it, and I can't see. Right, let me stand up a second. Right, that is the watercolour. Okay, still gives off a lovely sheen on it. Right, but it's matte, it's watercolour, it can be reactive again with water, and this can't be reactive with water because now it's turned into acrylic paint. And you can put as much paint and as much liquid as you want, but there is a consistency, like I do, like this one, and if I need more paint I just go over it again. I just coat over it again. But I do like that because it's like a fluid acrylic. In a minute I'll do that one. There's so many really beautiful colours in this. There's browns and beiges and greens. Let me see if I can... There's a nice light pink. There's lots of different blues. There's reds. There's yellow. Yeah, there's loads of them. Loads and loads of them. I mean, take... What one's that? The ruby. I'll show you the ruby. See if I can do it on the back of here. I'll show you in just the watercolour, the ruby. Now, you wouldn't think that was ruby, would you? And it surprised me because I did start out with the ruby colour. Now, where's my other paintbrush gone? Oh, that is the one, isn't it? Okay, that's it. Right. I should have all the green out of that. Make sure. Right, so you put it on with a dry brush if you want. Like this. This is a dry brush. Right. There. Like that. And then make sure you shut this because it goes everywhere if you don't. Right, hang on a minute. Right, shut your lid and then spritz it. Look at that, look. That's a lot of... and then you can add more colour if you want to. You can add more. I only put a touch on. You see how much I put on? Just a tiny amount. Now I've got a colour thing just inside of here of that colour, which is this one up here. So that's in the metallic and that's in its watercolour. You can see. See, I've got all the shades of red in there that I've done. The Rubelite is my favourite because it is really intensely red. And that's in the acrylic this side. And the watercolour on that side. Really nice. So yeah, I've been trying to show you this for ages, guys, but I forgot all about it up until now, until I see Kari doing on a new channel about watercolours, and I thought, the watercolour paints I've forgotten to show everyone about. Like you do. Right, and the other thing I've got is, and I've got no more watercolour paper around me, is, let me find a piece of paper now. Right, we can do it on this page as well. Right, we'll do it here, roughly around here. I've got some Lindsey's magical shakers. I really do like these. I've got brushos. I've got a set of brushos. I do not like the residue that it leaves. I don't like the feel of it. The powder it leaves on top. And I've noticed how many times you spray it, that powder, as soon as you wet it once, it will never release. But these are quite different, and I really like these, even though these can be a bit more expensive. I've got antique gold. I've got a couple of others around here, but you know, like when you're trying to find things. I'm gonna try. Will that? Oh, lovely. Okay, that page will come out. Right. Okay. Let's put a little bit down. Just a few sprinkles. So this is the antique gold colour, and I've got my spritz. Oh, yeah, I've got to be careful with this spray because it goes everywhere. spray. So yeah, they can be mixed in with the other magicals like brushos can, all different colours and that. But it's still coming apart, that is now. It's still activating. I've got a lot of water this side and a lot of water trying to roll off. But here. Now if you don't like it like that, and it's not rough to touch neither, you can just mix it in your projects. Now what I usually do with this stuff is I will water react it onto some of my projects, my mixed media projects, and we'll just add it as a finishing touch to backgrounds or that. I know that if I do like a textured background with modelling paste and that, once I've painted it and it looks plain, if I go in with some of this, it grabs it and draws attention to the background, like you would do with waxes and that. So it's really nice stuff to use. It's not dry yet, and that was a minute amount there. Let me just dry it a quick second. Okay. Right, there. That's the antique gold, but that was only a smidgen of it. It's very bright, it's very lovely colour. That was a touch, just a touch of it. But it's gorgeous stuff. And as I say, it's great for mixed media, putting on and all that. And it works well with other colours. This is the Rubelite, and that's still soaking wet, but it's very nice. And as I said, that was the green watercolour and acrylic. It gets darker when you add more layers on it. See, like that at the ends there. And yeah, it's a lovely shine on it, lovely glossy shine. But yeah, and it's lovely and shimmery as well. So I thought I'd show you them. And Kari, if you're around and that, those 13 art colour glows, you can get them from that'scrafty.co.uk. I managed to get a lot of them when I had my discount when I was on the team. They will last a lifetime if you use a little bit at a time and mix your colours and that. And I think the liquid was quite cheap as well, the acrylic liquid. So I will have a look. Give me a minute, guys. Right, I've just had a look. The colour glows are £3.39p each, and the acrylic liquid medium, which I can't remember, is it the same size as I've got? Because remember I had samples and that. I think I've got full size. Yeah, 150ml bottle, which will last you forever because you only need a little bit like I used, is £5.99. And the other stuff, the powder, the texture powder, formerly was known as the magic powder, is £2.49. And it can also be used with the gel medium. That's what I done before. I added the gel medium, the texture powder, some of the colour glow in there, and I think it was a liquid medium, as the acrylic liquid medium all together, and made that up. And I done the, what did I do? I've done the little cabinet like that, the little Chinese cabinet, if you ever see it. My battery's about to die now. But yeah, I mean, they will last a long time. So if you're thinking about, anyone watching that's thinking about what paints should I get, these are vibrant, they're bright. You can, like on this one here for example, I only done it lightly. I could have put more on, and you can see that how intensified it's got with adding it to become acrylic paint, you see. But yeah, what I'm saying is, if you're going to get one lot of paint and you don't know what to get, these colour glows are marvellous, because you can turn watercolour into acrylic, into crackle with paste, and have it, they're versatile, you know. Can use them with everything, each and everything. So yeah, so I hope you like this video, guys. Please let me know in the comments below. Hope you watched it, Kari. And that's what it looks like on this as well. Look, see, totally different. You can't rub it off now. It won't come off now. This is wet, isn't it? Look, won't come off because it's sealed now, because it's the acrylic stuff in it. It won't reactivate now. Yeah, so that's it. I'm done. I'm going to go and tidy all this up now, and I'll catch you in another video, guys. Okay, bye.